You are watching KEVU 25 News Now. And
good evening and thank you for joining us. I am Amaya Norman.
And I'm Trenton Whiting.
A Victoria East High School student, 17-year-old Brennan Gray, will be in court Monday for a docket hearing after being arrested for making a school shooting threat. Gray allegedly told students he planned to shoot up the school and showed his backpack, implying he had a weapon. No gun was found, but he was charged with making a terroristic threat, though he later said it was a joke. The seriousness of the threat led to his arrest.
The 5th annual Nativity exhibit in Port Lavaca, Texas is a must-see holiday attraction featuring over 1,000 unique nativity scenes from around the world. This extraordinary collection includes pieces made from materials like corn husks, cinnamon bark, pasta, wax, and even aluminum cans. Curated by Veronica and Kevin Coliba, the exhibit showcases their passion for the season and their gift to the community. These pieces were generously loaned by collectors to allow the exhibit to showcase their nativity scenes, and the event is free. This is a wonderful exhibit and a great way to help celebrate the true reason of the season. The exhibit is located on 3187th Street, Highway 35, and is open from December 6th to 8th and December 13th through 15th at 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
The Refugio County Sheriff Office made a major bust earlier this morning, stopping a vehicle attempting to smuggle undocumented immigrants near Campano Creek at around 3 a.m. Deputies pulled over a vehicle on U.S. Highway 77, discovering 5 undocumented individuals hidden in the back. A firearm was also found inside. As deputies secured the scene, they noticed a black Dodge SUV circling the area. Refugio police stopped the vehicle and discovered 5 juveniles, and one of whom was undocumented. The SUV acted as a scout for the smuggling operation. Both vehicles' drivers and passengers were arrested and charged with smuggling of persons, organizing criminal activities, and unlawful firearm possessions. Those detained were handed over to U.S. Border Patrol. And that leads us to your viewer poll for today. How should authorities address the growing smuggling issue in Texas? Increase Border Patrol funding, stronger penalties for smugglers to enhance surveillance technology, and there is no growing issue. So far in the lead is strong penalties for smugglers at 83%. We want to hear from you. Visit our website at crossroadstoday/to vote to take part. Now it's time to check in on our weather with First Warm Storm meteorologist Scott Pitnick. Scott.
Yeah, Maya, Trent, we had cool weather today and some rain, patches of rain, most of it light and moderate moving through. We're going to have much of the same tomorrow as the rain continues through Sunday. We are going to expect to see some warmer temperatures as a warm front lifts through the area, and then another strong cold front coming up late Monday night into Tuesday. Right now, 50 degrees and very humid, 93% humidity, very damp out there. We'll talk about the rest of the weekend forecast and that cold front next week coming up in weather.
Well, thank you, Scott. The FBI is now offering up to $50,000 for any information that could lead to the arrest of United Healthcare CEO killer. And NYPD is now saying they believe the suspect may have fled New York.
NYPD using drones scouring for clues in Central Park. Police believe they found the backpack belonging to the suspect in the killing of the United Healthcare CEO as the manhunt for the shooter stretches into the 4th day.
Our detectives are doing a very, very extensive video canvass.
Chilling video shows the moments the masked gunman approaches United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside a Hilton hotel in Midtown Manhattan Wednesday. The full video, too disturbing to air, shows the killer shooting Thompson multiple times. Police say the bullet casings had the words delay, deny, and depose written on them, possibly alluding to a popular phrase in the insurance industry.
We have every reason to believe that this was a targeted attack.
Police releasing these photos of say the gunman gets on an e-bike, then heads into Central Park wearing a backpack. Police believe they found that backpack Friday, which they're hoping gives them further clues about the killer.
We already have lots of forensic evidence, fingerprints, DNA evidence.
Police believe the shooter traveled to New York on a bus that started its route in Atlanta and was staying at this hostel on the city's Upper West Side. Now they have reason to believe the gunman left New York City by bus.
We have video of him entering the Port Authority bus terminal. We don't have any video of him exiting.
The FBI is now helping local authorities with the investigation. In New York, I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Police say the gun was not found inside the backpack, but it was taken to a forensic lab for testing.
Canadian Department of National Defense has released an update image of an unidentified object shot down over the Yukon in February of last year. A department spokesperson says a Royal Canadian Air Force plane snapped the image shortly before a U.S. fighter jet fired on the object. The new image is only slightly different from a previous image published several months ago. It is still unclear what the object was and what it was doing flying over Western Canada.
The president of Tyler Perry Studios, 62-year-old Steve Minch, has died in a plane crash. The crash occurred Friday night in Homosassa, Florida, where Minch was piloting a single-engine plane. No one else was on board. Minch had worked for Tyler Perry Studios for over 8 years. This company released a statement honoring him as a cherished team member. Federal investigators are working to determine the cause of the crash.
The aunt of a 5-year-old speaks out after her nephew was shot at kindergarten. Here are the details.
There's just no words for what happened.
Tawny Preisner was at work when she learned her 5-year-old nephew, Elias Wolford, was shot Wednesday at Feather River Adventist School near Oroville.
Basically, for my nephew, this has shattered his childhood. A kid can't get shot and just go on. Like this, what this shooter did was it stole his normal childhood.
Elias was rushed into surgery at the hospital.
He did wake up a little bit and was able to communicate with his dad. And he was making the sign of like a gun and trying to tap his dad's arm like, I got shot. So it's just really, really devastating for kids to go through this.
The family says the child got hit in the chest and abdomen.
He's in critical condition. I mean, a 9mm shot to a little kid is, I mean, it's a wonder he's alive, and it's a miracle.
Preisner says a second surgery today went well, an update the family shared on social media following the public's outpouring of support.
Everyone out there that's commenting on the posts that are being shared on social media and saying that they're praying and that they're so incredibly sorry, that means a lot. I believe prayer is powerful, and I believe that the only reason both of these kids are alive is it's a miracle. And I just ask for continued prayer for everyone involved.
Liz Amitry, KCRA 3 News.
As school districts struggle to control the spread of cyberbullying, pornographics, images, and online exploitations among their students, Texas lawmakers could consider banning social media from minors, among other sweeping measures. To read this full Texas Tribune article, visit our website at crossroadstoday.com. For more on today's news story, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Estrón and Parker Cox will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise. You can also submit a local military hero so we can recognize them.
Now coming up next, a Texas man, the first rioter to go on trial for the January 6th Capitol attack, was resentenced.
Fewer areas of light patchy rain remain around the crossroads. We'll talk about how much rain we can expect for tomorrow coming up in your forecast. Stay with us.
A Texas man who was the first rider to go on trial for the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol was resentenced on Friday to nearly 7 years in prison after he delivered an angry, profane rant to the judge who agreed to modestly reduce his original sentence.
Guy Reffitt's sentence has been reduced to 6 years and 8 months after a U.S. Supreme Court ruling led to the dismissal of his obstruction conviction. Reffitt stormed the Capitol on January 6th, carrying a handgun, zip-tie handcuffs, and body armor. He advanced on police officers outside the building. Over 1,500 people have been charged in connection with the Capitol riot, with many pleading guilty or convicted after trial.
President-elect Donald Trump says the U.S. should not get involved in the escalating situation in Syria, where opposition's forces are advancing on Damascus. Writing on Truth Social Saturday, Trump said, quote, "This is not our fight. Let's play it out. Do not get involved." Trump also argued that in Syria, rebels are able to force out President Bashar al-Assad. It will be the best thing that can happen to Russia. Russian jets have been assisting al-Assad forces in striking rebels fighters for nearly a decade. But Trump wrote, quote, "There was never much of a benefit in Syria for Russia."
President-elect Donald Trump arrived at the Élysée Palace in Paris to meet with French President Emmanuel Macron Saturday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will join French President Macron and President-elect Trump for a meeting in Paris. Trump is in the French capital to attend the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral, which was severely damaged by a fire in 2019. Macron was the first foreign leader to congratulate Trump after his non-consecutive re-election win. This marks Trump's first overseas trip since taking office again. Now, everyone knows how important sleep is for a healthy lifestyle, but do you know what could be stopping you from the rest you need? Becky Worley has the details.
3:27 a.m. I should be asleep, but instead,
when is my dentist appointment? Why did I say that to Linda?
I can't get back to sleep. And sleep psychologist Janet Kennedy says it's a common complaint, leaving people
frustrated, angry, anxious, ruminating, worried, desperate, hot.
Monkey brain?
For sure. Racing thoughts, all of those things.
One cause could be cortisol. You see, the body secretes the hormone melatonin at night to help us fall asleep, and then it increases levels of the hormone cortisol in the morning to help us wake up as a part of our normal circadian rhythm. But if cortisol levels are out of whack, it could disrupt sleep and even keep us from falling back asleep.
The waking up itself is not the problem. You wake up whether you're aware of it or not. But the problem comes in when you're unable to go back to sleep in a reasonable amount of time.
For women, changes in estrogen and progesterone, say around perimenopause, may upset cortisol patterns or otherwise impact sleep. Talking to your doctor about hormone replacement therapy could be a starting point. Other tips that Kennedy gives her clients?
The first thing you do if you're up in the middle of the night is you sit up. So our thoughts are scarier. They're harder to manage when we're lying down. When we sit up, we get our defenses back. We get our rational thought back.
She suggests a cold pack for your forehead if you can't make monkey brain stop.
It slows down the thoughts that are pinging around in there. And it also has the bonus of helping to lower your core body temperature, which signals that it's time to sleep.
And she says let go of the anxiety that many of us have about our sleep.
Forget about perfection. Forget about those banner 5-star nights. We're talking about good enough being the goal here. The more you chase sleep, the faster it runs away.
For Good Morning America, Becky Worley, Oakland, California.
Now more than 300,000 Ram heavy-duty pickup trucks are being recalled. The truck in questions are all model years of 2017 to 18 and include the Ram 2500, 3500, 4500, and 5500. Stellantis is issuing the recall due to a faulty part that could cause certain braking and tracking systems to fail.
According to the Netherlands-based automaker, the hydraulic control unit on the trucks is prone to failure, which can impact the anti-lock brake, electronic stability control, and traction control systems. However, Stellantis said regular braking systems are not affected and that it's unaware of any related injuries. The automaker will advise customers who may be affected as to when they may obtain service, which the company said will be free of charge. The U.S. government is now requiring testing of the nation's milk supply for bird flu. Starting December 16th, raw or unpasteurized milk from dairy farms in 6 states, California, Colorado, Michigan, Mississippi, Oregon, and Pennsylvania, must be tested. The H5N1 bird flu strain was first detected in U.S. dairy cows earlier this year, and over 700 herds have been affected. While the risk to people remains low, health officials continue to warn against drinking raw milk. Now, to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus, stream our daily newscasts and much more, you can use your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus.
Temperatures will start warming up around the Crossroads starting tomorrow, but not for long. We'll talk about it next. And welcome back. We still have a few areas of light patchy rain moving across the Crossroads. If we expand out, we'll see a lot of that rain's up around Arkansas now, but notice that we have some more development down here in northern Mexico. That all is going to be lifting this way tomorrow and throughout the day, courtesy of this low pressure system. This coastal low, which has a warm front tied to it, is going to be moving right along the coast. This is tomorrow, or this is this evening, but tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, you see that rain developing out ahead of that low and that warm front moving off to the north. That's going to bring our temperatures up and keep our rain chances in the forecast through Sunday. But then when we get to Monday morning, we could have some lingering showers, about a 20% chance of showers for early Monday morning. But notice this front up in the Panhandle. This is the one that's going to make a difference as far as temperatures go. It's going to move through the Crossroads sometime Tuesday morning. Now that cold air is going to take a little bit of time to get down here. Tuesday's highs still in the mid 60s, but we're waking up to 30s on Wednesday morning and then even the low 30s on Thursday morning. Now, we're not expecting freezing temperatures just yet, but keep checking back as these numbers can change over time. Eventually, that high pressure is going to move off to the east. It's going to return that onshore flow and bring our rain chances back by next weekend. How much rain do we expect over the next day or so? Well, about a quarter to a tenth of an inch for most of the Crossroads. A few areas, spotty areas, could get up to a half inch, but not a ton of rain with it. But we'll take whatever we can get because we are still in a drought situation around our area. 67 for your high tomorrow, then 78 for your high on Monday. Temperatures in the 50s for lows, and then there's that cold front. Notice that high temperature still, as I said, in the 60s for Tuesday, but that'll be going down after that front makes it through. In case you are headed offshore tomorrow, expect the winds to start off from the northeast in the morning. This is tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. A few showers and a few thunderstorms. So you need to be aware of that if you're headed offshore. But then when we get to the afternoon, that wind is going to switch around to the south. the wind speed about 10 to 15 miles per hour, but that ambient temperature, a nice pleasant 75 degrees. So not a bad day to be out on the water. Closer inland, Port Lavaca, high tide at 2:30 a.m., low tide 4:35 p.m. Those northeast winds starting off in the morning and then turning to the southwest at 10 knots by the afternoon. Wave heights 2 to 3 feet, and the bay water slightly choppy. And the bay water nice and cool at 62 degrees with the Gulf at 78 right now. Waking up to 56 degrees at Port Lavaca with clouds and a few showers in the morning, 65 by the afternoon. Victoria waking up to 53, clouds breezy, a few isolated showers as well. Sunset temperature in Victoria 59 degrees, and then Cuero waking up to 53, 68 by 3 p.m., then 59 your sunset temperature in Cuero. Average high for the Crossroads 67 tomorrow. There's your 50% chance of rain. There's that cold front coming through on Monday. That'll be a dry front. Conditions will be fairly dry for the rest of the week. There's your 2 lows in the 30s Tuesday and Wednesday, and a 20% chance of rain for Friday and Saturday. Of course, you can download the Crossroads Today app, get the latest in news, weather, and sports at your fingertips. Sign up for email alerts, and it's free. Here's Ray Robinson with sports.
Thank you, Scott. The Ganado Indians aren't the only team in Jackson County that's dominating in the playoffs for high school football. See how the Edna Cowboys performed and more in sports. The regional quarterfinals just wrapped up for the Crossroads last night, and we're staying in Jackson County for the Edna Cowboys as they took on Llano in the Yellow Jackets, the Llano Yellow Jackets in San Antonio at Hero Stadium. Edna still undefeated and proven to be battle-tested in situations like this. Llano, a team that's shown that they can hang with the best of them. The Cowboys and Yellow Jackets kicked things off with some unexpected turnovers. The Cowboys was able to capitalize first as Chase Schubert finds Braylon Harris, who makes room to get downfield for the touchdown. The other half of the tandem, QB Chase Schubert dominates with his size and rushes it in for the team's second touchdown in the first half to take the lead, 14-0. The next play sees Chase Schubert throws a medium pass to Braylon Harris, who completes the play, recording his second touchdown in the game. And although his team won, both Harris and Coach Jimmy Mitchell knows that there's still work to be done after a lackey first half.
Oh, yes, sir, most definitely. Just coming out first half, we didn't have a great performance, but we really finished second half, so I'm really proud of this team. Oh, yes, sir, most definitely, especially when you're deep in this round, like fourth round, you got to be satisfied with everything. But I mean, you can't get too satisfied. It's work to still be done.
No, not really. I'm satisfied that we did what we had to do to win the football game, but we kind of played sloppy tonight and had a ton of penalties again, and it's something we got a week to get fixed, and we're gonna have to do that.
Awesome. Yeah. What do you think is going to?
Well, it's gonna take a good week of work. We got good players too, so we're gonna have to game plan it, and our kids are gonna have to understand it, and everybody's gonna have to do their job, and we're gonna have to play sharper than we did tonight.
All right, congratulations. And staying local in your sports, this morning I was able to attend a unique bench pressing competition at a local Rocks gym. This event was sponsored by famous weightlifter Mike Walmack. Mike also witnessed his student Chris Sutton from out of Houston set a state record for heaviest bench press with a total of 1,216 pounds. Here's a word from Chris himself on such a feat.
Moment, to be honest. I just wanted to get over 1,100, wasn't expecting 1,200. But I'm in the moment, so you go with that moment. So it's a hobby. So, but I love it because my first meet I got second place, and from that second place I said I don't want to come in for second no more.
You know, I can do a little bit of that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. But wrapping things up with some college football, the Texas Longhorns in their first ever SEC championship, taking on a team that is and has been a juggernaut in their conference in the Georgia Bulldogs. This game didn't miss when it comes to entertainment. Georgia struggling to close out the second quarter where a turnover resulted in their QB going down. But somehow, some way, Georgia was able to get the job done in overtime. Final score, 22-19. The Longhorns have a strong case for making the playoffs, so not all hope is lost. And that does it for your sports. Amaya and Trenton.
Thank you, Ray, with some more sport knowledge. Sweet Tooth Alert, National Cotton Candy Day is here. Stay with us. Grab your cell phones and scan this QR code. This is our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can watch us anytime, anywhere, get breaking news alerts, and vote in our viewer poll. Submit news, tips, and photos, and you will know all about our ongoing contests. Saturday is National Cotton Candy Day. Celebrate by enjoying as much of this sweet treat as you want. Fun fact, a dentist invented machine-spun cotton candy in the 1890s, and it debuted at the 1904 World's Fair, known as worldwide as Candy Floss or Fairy Floss. It's still a favorite at carnivals. If you indulge, share your cotton candy moment on social media with hashtag National Cotton Candy Day. See, when I was a kid, I used to love going to the fairs and getting cotton candy.
I never really got cotton candy like that, honestly.
What?
I'm gonna be totally
So was I
honest.
the only one?
Did I hear you say you can floss with that?
Yes.
That's what I heard too.
Okay, all right. Well,
That was something different.
now I have a use for it.
Yeah, they make floss that causes cavities.
It's causing cavities. Okay,
Count me
just going
out.
to be aching.
Count me in.
Count me in.
Absolutely.
We're flossing now. Let's know what's going on with the weather.
Well, the weather is going to be not too bad. 50% chance of rain, mostly in the morning tomorrow. Not a total washout. Maybe even see a few peaks of sun tomorrow. It's going to be warmer with that warm front coming through. But look at that high temperature on Monday, 78. That's pretty nice when most of us go back to work, of course. Nice sunny weather, and then our next chance of rain next weekend. But chilly on Wednesday and Thursday morning, so be ready for that. Coats up.
The
I
chill
don't know
is
about
coming
y'all.
in.
Yeah, I like the cold weather, honestly.
I like the
if I'm
cold weather
dressed up
too.
for it.
I like to be cold. I don't like to be hot. But yeah, so make sure you don't floss with cotton candy. Make sure you do brush your teeth with something healthy. But do enjoy a little treat here and then. So, but thank you for joining us. We hope you'll be with us tonight on 25 News Now for tomorrow, Sunday at 5:30 and 10. Have a good day.
And for your 25 News Now Sports, let's talk records. I was able to attend a unique bench press competition at a local Rocks gym. This event was sponsored by famous weightlifter Mike Womack. Mike also witnessed his student, Chris Sutton from out of Houston, set a record for the heaviest bench press with a total of 1,216 pounds. Here's a word from Chris himself on such a feat.
Moment, to be honest. I just wanted to get over 1,100, wasn't expecting 1,200, but I'm in the moment. So you go with that moment. So it's a hobby. It's a hobby. So, but I love it because my first meet, I got second place. And from that second place, I said, I don't want to come in for a second no more.
You know, I should practice a little bit and get my arms up. But until next time, that does it for your sports. I'm Ray Robinson.